Diary of Samuel Pepys, 18th of May 1660. Very early up, and hearing that the Duke of York, our Lord High Admiral, would go on board today, Mr. Pickering and I took wagging for Sheveling, leaving the child in Mr. Pierce's hands, with directions to keep him within doors all day till he heard from me. But the wind being very high that no boats could get off from shore, we returned to the Hague, having breakfasted with a gentleman of the Duke's and Commissioner Pett, sent on purpose to give notice to my lord of his coming. Where I hear that the child is gone to Delft to see the town. So we all, Mr. Ibbott, the Minster, took a suite, and very much pleased with the manner and conversation of the passengers, where most speak French, went after them, but met them by the way. But however we went forward, making no stop, where when we were come we got a smith's boy of the town to go along with us, but could speak nothing but Dutch, and he showed us the church where Van Trump lies entombed with a very fine monument. His epitaph concluded thus: Tandem bello Anglico tantum non victor cert invictus vivere et vincere dicit. There is a sea fight cut in marble with the smoke, the best expressed that ever I saw in my life. From thence to the great church that stands in a fine great market-place over against the Stadthouse, and there I saw a stately tomb of the old Prince of Orange, of marble and brass, wherein, among other rarities, there are the angels with their trumpets expressed as it were crying. Here were very fine organs in both the churches. It is a most sweet town, with bridges and a river in every street. Observing that in every house of entertainment there hangs in every room a poor man's box, and desiring to know the reason thereof, it was told me that it is their custom to confirm all bargains by putting something into the poor people's box, and that binds as fast as anything. We also saw the gatehouse, where it was very pleasant to see what neat preparation there is for the poor. We saw one poor man a-dying there. After we had seen all, we light by chance of an English house to drink in, where we were very merry, discoursing of the town and the things that hang up in the Stadthouse like a bushel, which I was told is a sort of punishment for some sort of offenders to carry through the streets of the town over his head, which is a great weight. Back by water, where a pretty sober Dutch lass reading all the way, and I could not fasten any discourse upon her. At our landing we met with Commissioner Pett, going down the waterside with Major Harley, who was going upon a dispatch into England. They having a coach, I left the parson and my boy, and went along with Commissioner Pett, Mr. Ackworth, and Mr. Dawes, his friends, to the Princess Dowager's house again. Thither also my Lord Fairfax and some other English lords did come to see it, and my pleasure was increased by seeing of it again. Besides, we went into the garden, wherein are gallant nuts, better than ever I saw, and a fine echo under the house in a vault, made on purpose with pillars, where I played on my flageolet to great advantage. Back to the Hague, where not finding Mr. Edward, I was much troubled, but went with the parson to supper to Commissioner Pett, where we sat late, and among other mirth, Mr. Ackworth vied wives, each endeavouring to set his own wife out to the best advantage, he having, as they said, an extraordinary handsome wife, but Mr. Dawes could not be got to say anything of his. After that to our lodging, where Will Howe and I, exceeding troubled not to know what is become of our young gentleman, so to bed.